He was so hungry, he almost stole food from a stranger's plate. But one decision that night changed his entire life forever. A 17-year-old boy stood outside a luxury hotel in New York, soaked in rain, staring through the glass at people eating expensive meals. His stomach hurt from hunger. He hadn't eaten in 2 days. Inside, rich families laughed and celebrated. Outside, he held a ripped backpack and shoes with holes in them. For a moment, he thought about running inside and stealing leftovers. But before he could move, a man stopped beside him. "What are you looking at?" the man asked. The boy quietly replied, "I'm looking at the life I want." The man stared at him for a second, then handed him a business card. "Tomorrow, 5 a.m. Don't be late." The next morning, the boy arrived at the address. It wasn't a fancy office. It was an old warehouse. The man handed him a broom and said, "If you want a better life, prove you deserve one." The boy worked silently. He cleaned dirty floors, carried heavy boxes, loaded trucks until his hands bled. Other workers quit after weeks. He stayed. One night, the owner asked him, "Why don't you ever complain?" The boy looked down and said, "Because my mother cries every night thinking we'll lose our home, and I promised myself I'd change that." That answer changed everything. The owner began teaching him business, sales, negotiation, leadership. The boy learned faster than anyone. Years later, he started his own company from a tiny garage. People laughed at him. They said he was too poor, too uneducated, too small to succeed. But pain became his motivation. At 32 years old, he became a millionaire. And one evening, he was invited to speak at the same luxury hotel where he once stood starving in the rain. As he walked onto the stage, the audience clapped loudly. He smiled and said, "Success doesn't start when life gets easier. It starts the moment you refuse to give up." Then after the event, he noticed a hungry teenage boy standing outside the hotel window, just like him years ago. So he walked outside, opened the door, and said, "Come inside. Your story is just beginning."